Tesla gets a lot of heat for its relatively slow and small number of Model S and Model X sales, but it doesn't appear that we put the same critique on Porsche. Why is that? Porsche Taycan, its sales, by the way, it's a pretty impressive car, its sales have been quite a surprise to many. But no one is talking about it, which I find a bit strange. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Sam Evans and I'm coming to you from Australia. It's winter here right now, but I can tell you now, winter in Australia is mild as hell compared to places like North America and Europe. And the media are mild as hell when it comes to critiquing Porsche, which they almost never do. I find that weird. Why? Porsche Taycan sales in the United States have been, well, kind of shocking. Their sales have continued to decline this year. In the second quarter of 2023, the company has said the reason its EVs aren't selling in the US when EVs from Mercedes-Benz and BMW have doubled, sales have more than doubled, in fact, from those competitors over the past 6 months, is because Porsche aren't making enough of them. Is this actually true? Well, I have my doubts. During the second quarter of 2023, Porsche delivered 18,900 cars in the United States, which is 3% less than the same time last year. The year-to-date result is 36,335, which is an increase of 12% year over year. But that's not EVs. That is primarily gasoline-powered Porsches, primarily, in fact, SUVs, big behemoths. EV sales, well, they've been disappointing. And Porsche's official explanation is something that I'm not personally buying. In the second quarter, Porsche sold only 1,635 Porsche Taycans in the United States. Now remember, this is a car market of 15 to 16 million cars per year, meaning literal peanuts. This is all versions. That's 35% less than a year ago and the sixth consecutive quarter of year-over-year decrease in Porsche EV sales. Apparently, there are some positives though, say inside EVs. Porsche said that the month of June was a great month. They had 667 units delivered. They said it was by far the best month this year. As supply increases, maybe things will start improving in Q3 then. Well, we'll see. In Q3, if Porsche EV sales don't improve, we'll know that Porsche is just making this up. According to Porsche, the Taycan's share of total volume amounted to 8.7%. Porsche EV sales over the last quarter, EVs 1,635, down 35% year over year, and an 8.7% market share for Porsche. Now, to give you some context, Mercedes-Benz EV market share of their sales is around 12%. BMW's is about 10%. So far this year, Porsche Taycan sales in the US were just over 3,162. That's down by 30% versus the same 6 months of last year. Now, of course, because it's expensive, not because of supply issues or anything else, but because it's well over the minimum cost level, the Taycan doesn't get a $7,500 tax credit. So it's quite an expensive vehicle, whether you want to buy one in the US or anywhere else. That said, I'm guessing Porsche couldn't care less. Porsche buyers probably don't care about the price. I think that the price is probably not the number one reason it's not selling. Now, have a look at competitors like Lucid's vehicles. They're not selling either. Model S sales, no, they're okay, but they're a bit better than the Taycan sales, but not particularly big either. Now, I've been saying this on the channel for a long, long time. I don't understand why manufacturers, including NIO, in particular, NIO's at the most, probably the most fault here because they just keep on pumping out all these different models of electric sedans, knowing there's no demand for expensive sedans that are electric. Well, not no demand, but nowhere near as much as there are for all the other fast-growing market segments. But for whatever reason, the boffins, or the so-called experts working at these car companies, think, let's just make another electric sedan. We'll make it a little bit coupish and people will buy it, and then they don't. Now, the biggest problem here for Porsche is they don't have anything else. Apparently they've been working on a Macan EV. That would sell really well. I think if it was a reasonable price, if it was, say, between 60 to 80,000 US dollars. I think people would love a Macan EV, but Porsche don't have it. Why? Because the Volkswagen Group, they are dropping the ball when it comes to EV production. Rather than making their own, bespoke, ground up electric vehicle platform, they're going to buy one from the Chinese government and Alibaba. I'm not joking. Audi will use that platform, but there's no way that it'll just be Audi. No, Volkswagen Group will probably use that platform for multiple different models across the group. So Volkswagen, with their 9 million car sales per year, their $185 billion in debt, seem incapable of creating their own lightweight, well, not lightweight necessarily, but their own ground up EV platform. So they're going to do what they did with software and just buy a Chinese company. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.